Hey guys, welcome to Brick Hub. This is the 2020 edition of my DC minifigure collection. As you can see, in the front we have the Comic-Con exclusives, followed by the Batmans, then the Justice League, Teen Titans, Batman Family, and the DC supervillains. As always, if you guys enjoy this video, be sure to smash that like button, comment below to let me know what you think, and subscribe to this channel for more content just like this. And also, you could check out our Instagram page. It is Brick Hub Video without any spaces. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started. So let's start things off with the minifigure that started it all. This is the first LEGO Batman minifigure ever made. As you can see, it's a pretty simple design. The cowl still does not look terribly accurate. It features no back printing or an alternate expression. Under the mask, he has this one expression. This next Batman appears to have been inspired by the Michael Keaton Batman because it features black with gold printing on the front. Like that first Batman, he only has one expression underneath and no back printing. This is the first blue Batman. As you can see, he has a dark blue mask as well as a dark blue cape. He features the same head underneath. This is the Christian Bale Batman. As you can see, he has a much more realistic chest print, but he does feature the same old school cowl as well as the same paper style cape. This is probably one of the most valuable and rarest LEGO Batman minifigures available. This is the Comic-Con Batman, the very first one. As you can see, he features a similar Christian Bale Batman print, and he actually features a back print. This was in fact the first Batman to feature back torso printing. This Batman has an updated print that makes him look a little bit like the Batman from the Hush storyline, except he features a molded bat wings as well as a jetpack on the back of it. Underneath the mask, he features an angry expression and a happy expression. This is the first Batman to feature two expressions. This minifigure was an update to the last one. It is exactly the same except for the fact that this was when they updated the cowl piece to reflect a more modern Batman look. This Batman, released in the same year, is the same as those other minifigures except for the fact that it features a cape as opposed to a jetpack and wings. Like with the Batman with the jetpack, this Batman is just an update of the last one with a new cowl. Otherwise, it's exactly the same. This Batman features a torso that would be reused for many years to come. This is probably the most common version of Batman. His expression underneath is one that we'll continue to get for many years to come as well. This one also features a back print. This Batman is just like the last one except with the updated cowl. This Batman is just like the last one except it has the new wing piece in black. This is the Electro Suit Batman. It was available in one of the minifigure books. This one features side arm printing as well as back printing, but it still uses the same head as the past few Batmans. The cowl also has a little bit of a blue print at the top as well. This is the Arctic Batman. As you can see, he's all gray and white all over. He has the same expressions on the face, but he will feature a back print. Here's a look at his back. This is another Christian Bale Batman. I believe this one is supposed to represent him from The Dark Knight Rises. His back print features some silver highlights and some pockets on his belt. This is the first scuba Batman. As you can see, he has a scuba tank around him and he has dark blue all over. Underneath the cowl, he has a face print that has a blue mask and a rebreather. The other side of his face shows a general angry expression. This is what I like to call the Gray Hands Batman. It's probably my least favorite Batman minifigure as not only is it pretty plain, but the design is just kind of awkward to look at. However, it does feature some back printing. This next Batman is also another one that is extremely collectible. It's another Christian Bale Batman. However, this is the one that came with the Ultimate Collector Series tumbler. As you can see, he has the nice black printed torso, and this one features from The Dark Knight. Although it may not be super noticeable, the expressions underneath the cowl are both new prints. And he has a pretty cool back torso print as well. This Batman is the first one to use bright blue, and it's actually the only one, but it's been in 3 sets since it first came out. It was originally introduced as part of a junior set, then part of a Comic-Con set, and another junior set. This minifigure has back torso printing, but it still uses the same overused expressions for the heads. This Batman was released as part of a Lego Movie promo set. It features him without a cape. It's basically otherwise exactly the same as one of the earlier released Batman. This is the second Comic-Con exclusive Batman. This is the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. The first expression underneath the mask represents the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh as an alien from the classic comics, whereas the alternate expression represents the modern age Batman, which shows him using it as an alternate personality to protect his mind. He also features the Bat Radia in the back pocket. This is Space Batman. As you can see, he has a bunch of breathing tube prints all over his torso, and he features these flexible plastic wings as well as a jetpack on the back. He also features a silver pearl cowl. Underneath the cowl, he has a bit of a space mask, but no alternate expression. The back of his torso features a similar print to his front. This Batman represents the first Batman that used the new sponge style of capes. It also represents the New 52 Batman. Underneath the mask, they finally start using new face prints. And the back torso is as follows. This Batman came out around the same time, but it was just a slightly upgraded version. As you can see, the legs are dual molded, but the figure is otherwise the same. This Batman represents a new version of the Scuba Batman, but the figure is otherwise the same. Here's a better look at the print underneath the mask. This is a Lego Batman minifigure that featured in the Lego Movie, the first one. As you can see, this one kind of reverted back to the starchy paper style of cape for the movie. But underneath the cowl, he features a really big grin and a bit of a frantic expression. This is the Lego Dimensions Starter Pack Batman. It's pretty much the same as the New 52 Batmans, except it uses the paper starchy style of cape, as well as the old cowl. This is Bat-Zaro, which is basically the Batman of the Bizarro World. As you can see, he has a Batman cape that's kind of torn up and has some holes, which was really nice. This was included with one of the movies. Underneath the cowl, he has a nice Bizarro-style face, and on his front torso, he has an upside-down bat symbol. The backside of him shows some more standard printing as well as a wide-open expression. This is the Armored Batman from the Batman v Superman set. As you can see, he has a really nice bulky silver armor, as well as some clips on the back to hold some of his gear, and a cape underneath the armor. They eventually re-released the minifigure without the cape because I guess a lot of kids were having problems with it, but this is pretty much the same figure otherwise. Underneath the armor, he has a glow-in-the-dark head with an angry expression and nice metal printing on the torso and the legs. On his back, he has a bit of a metallic exoskeleton and a serious expression. Here's a quick shot of what it looks like with the lights off. This is another Ben Affleck Batman. As you can see on his torso, he has a little bit of a nice shiny print on it. On the back side, he has more of that kind of shiny scaling, and he has dual molded legs, but the head print is otherwise the same as past ones. This is the classic TV series Adam West Batman. As you can see, his cowl features some light blue as well as black printing. His torso and legs are printed to match as well. Underneath the cowl, he has a bit of a determined expression, and on the other side, He's a little bit frustrated or angry, it seems. This is the gas mask Batman featured in the Scarecrow attack set. As you can see, he has green lenses for his eyes and a mask. Underneath the cowl and the mask, you can see that he has a wide green lens with other green highlights along the torso. And on the other side, he has the green lens for the eyes, except it shows that he can use his facial expressions instead of the breathing mask. This is the Desert Batman. As you can see, his torso features some pretty nice copper printing. He features more of that copper printing on the back torso as well. His alternate expressions are pretty much the same as past Batmans though. This is Pirate Batman or Buccaneer Batman. As you can see, he has some nice printing all across the torso down into the legs. On his backside, he has a Buccaneer belt with a Batman symbol behind it. Here is a Lego Batman variant from the Lego Batman movie. As you can see, he features a separate piece to make his belt. He features two unique alternate expressions. This is another Lego Batman movie minifigure with just alternate expressions. And here's yet another variant of the Lego Batman movie Batman. He's basically unique with just his alternate expressions. This is the Batpack Batman that was featured in one of the Batcaves. He has some nice dotted arm printing, as well as a black and gold cape. He doesn't have any normal head underneath, except he does have some nice back printing. This is another Scuba Batman, except it looks like he actually has a nice colorful wetsuit this time. As you can see on his back torso print, it has that kind of zipper. This is the Raging Bat, a parody of the Raging Bull. As you can see, his legs are also dual molded and feature side printing. And he has some boxing gloves. This is an updated version of the winged Batman for the Lego Batman movie. On the backside, it looks like he has rotatable jetpacks. Underneath his mask, he has a happy expression and an angry expression that's kind of blocked out a little bit by the jetpack there. Here's another Lego Batman movie variant. Again, it's just the expressions that make this one unique. This is a Disco Batman, or the Friends Are Family Batman, used in the end credits of the Lego Batman movie. As you can see, he features a white cape with gold on the inside. Underneath the cowl, he has blue eyes and a happy expression. And I guess another smile on the other side of the head as well. This is the Ben Affleck Batman from the Justice League. As you can see, this time he features some of that studding on the legs as well. However, nothing has changed about his expression or his back printing. Here's a tactical suit Batman from the Justice League movie. As you can see, this is the standard Ben Affleck Batman, except it's got some more armor on it. It's probably hard to tell, but that line on his forehead for the eyes is actually a bit of a silver now. This is another Disco Batman. He features the same black and gold cape, except with the gold on the outside this time. This was introduced in the polybag alongside the Tears of a Batman. Here's his expression underneath the mask, along with the back torso printing. This is the Tears of a Bat Clown Batman. It was introduced in the same polybag as that last Batman figure. This minifigure features no back printing, but it does have an alternate expression. This is the Tiger Suit Batman that came in a battle pod. As you can see, that nice tiger print goes on the arms and the back torso as well. His face print, however, are just reuses of old prints. This is the Excalibur Batman that was part of the LEGO Dimensions set. One expression shows a little bit of confusion, and the other one shows a little bit of a serious expression. And that's the back print. This is the Money Suit Batman from the Lego Batman movie Bricktober pack a few years ago. As you can see, he has the money print on the sides of the arms and the legs, as well as the back and the front of the torso. Underneath the cowl, he features a bit of a happy expression, and one that seems pretty plain. This is Bunny Suit Batman, which was the second of the Bricktober Batmans. It's a pretty great figure all around, but pretty simple as well. It does not feature an alternate expression. This is the Whiz-Bat, or the Wizard Batman. As you can see, this one is on a little bit of a slope piece there, but otherwise it's a pretty simple figure. It has an alternate expression, but it's pretty much a reuse of existing prints. This is the Gladiator Batman, or the Roman Centurion Batman. As you can see, he has nice printing all around the legs, and the legs are also dual molded. Underneath the helmet, he has, a little bit of a puzzled look and a more frustrated look. Underneath the cape, he has no back printing. This is Lobster Loving Batman. As you can see, he has dual molded and printed legs and arms. Unfortunately, though, this is the only expression he has. There's nothing on the back. This is Glam Metal Batman, which makes Batman look like he's pretty much ripped out of Kiss. His cowl also features a pretty cool silver bat symbol. Here's a look at the one expression underneath the cowl. This is the Fairy Batman. He has dual molded legs and arms with printing on the sides of both of them. It's pretty cool to get a pink Batman because this is pretty unusual. Like the other Batmans of the CMF series, he only features one expression. This is the Clan of the Cave Batman, and like the last one, he features dual molded arms and legs with printing on the sides. This is a pretty cool and unique Batman that I really didn't expect them to make because he had a pretty limited comic book run. He also has printing on the cowl as well. Just like the other Batmans in the CMF, one expression again. This is what I like to call the Rubber Ducky Beach Batman. As you can see, he has a nice printed set of pajamas that apparently he takes to the pool with him. Underneath the cowl, this is pretty unusual, but they actually have just a normal face print without the white band on top. This is the Highlander Batman. As you can see, dual molded legs. It looks like he might have a suggestion of a kilt. Here are the heads underneath. And here's the back. This is the Firestarter Batman. This was included as one of the 3 Batman minifigures in the Batcave expansion. Here's a look at the back printing. This is the Reggae Suit Batman. This is the suit that eventually becomes Robin's outfit in the Lego Batman movie. Here's a look at the back torso printing without the reggae hat. This is a new Spacesuit Batman, part of the same Batcave expansion. I really appreciate how much of the printing that went underneath that space mask. And here's a look at the back, which you basically never see. Here's the first version of the Rebirth Batman. As you can see, he has a set of clear brackets on the back side. That's so he can attach to this jetpack with the wings over here. I couldn't put it on the stand just because it was too heavy. His alternate expressions now feature some stubble. Here's an updated armored Batman from the Attack of the Talons set. This particular minifigure had an excessive amount of detail under the armor that you would never see, as well as a pretty cool feature which shows a broken masked version of that Batman. Here's another Rebirth Batman, except this time he has a cape instead of the neck bracket. This is another armored Batman that was included in the remote-controlled Batmobile set. I like to think that this one was inspired by the Arkham Knight series, because the printing on the chest and the legs kind of suggest it. Here are his expressions underneath. If you look beneath the cape, he also features some pretty intense back printing. This is the Nightmare Sequence Batman from the Batman vs. Superman movie. As you can see, he has nice prints all around and has a nice alternate expression. This is the Lego Juniors Batman. This is basically the same as a lot of the past Batmans, except it has a cape that doesn't have 2 holes, so it kind of hangs back a little bit more than the others. This is the Merbat or the Mermaid Batman. As you can see, he has nice printing on the chest and the back, and some printing on the tail piece for the mermaid. Because this was a CMF minifigure, he only had one expression. The second Batman movie, CMF, featured another beach Batman, except this time he's wearing nothing but his cowl and a Speedo. That upper torso looks like it could be used for a lot of other kinds of figures though, so that's pretty cool. This time, even though his cowl featured the goggles to cover the eye holes, they still made a print for the headband. This is the Sinestro Corps or Yellow Lantern Corps Batman. This was included as part of Minifigure Encyclopedia. His printed head underneath shows a little bit of a yellow band instead of the usual white. And here's a look underneath the cape. Here is an Apocalypse Batman from the second Lego movie. As you can see, this is the one without the fancy arm printing. This was from the cheap $20 set. Here's a look at his face printing. This is another Apocalypse Batman from the second Lego movie, except this time he has side arm printing and dual molded arms and legs. This is the Bachelor Batman from the second Lego movie. As you can see, he has a nice pearl silver color. Here are the expressions underneath the cowl. Here's another Rebirth Batman, except this time his face is not printed on a black headpiece. It's just a normal skin tone color headpiece. Here's the new head. And here is a Rebirth Scuba Batman. He's pretty much the same as the last one, except he has no cape and now he has a rebreather. Here's an updated Rebirth Batman. This time he has an entirely new torso. And as you can see, underneath the cowl, this time they decided to print some goggles on his head. Here's a look at the back. This is technically a Comic-Con exclusive Batman minifigure from last year, except none of the parts were exclusive. As you can see, it's pretty much that classic Batman, except this time he has the spongy cape as opposed to the old starchy paper style. Here's the Comic-Con exclusive Zebra Batman. Disappointingly, he does not have the zebra side printing on the arms, but he does have a nice printed cape. This time around, his head is all white. This is the Michael Keaton Batman from the old Tim Burton Batman movies. As you can see, he has a uniquely molded headpiece that also has a cape that's integrated into it. It's made of this thick rubber. Underneath the cowl, he has just some molding detail as well as the belt. But his alternate expressions are nothing we've not seen before. This is the 1939 first appearance Batman. As you can see, he has an entirely different head mold this time. Underneath the mask, he has some weird looking goggles. And here's his back. This Batman is one that was introduced in 2020. As you can see, he has a spread out cape in the old paper starchy style. And basically it's supposed to simulate him kind of running or having his cape flapped. If you put it down like this, it kind of looks like his shadow from the bat signal. Starting off the Justice League, we have none other than Clark Kent, or Superman. This is a pretty classic appearance, and unfortunately, Lego decided to reuse his torso and legs over and over for a very, very long time. His alternate expression shows him using his heat vision, and underneath the cape it shows off some of his back muscles. This Superman simply features a smiling face instead of the stern expression as seen on the other Superman. He still features the same heat vision alternate expression though. This was Lego's version of the New 52 Superman. Basically all they changed on him was his hairpiece. This Superman minifigure was the one that was included in the Justice League Anniversary Party set. As you can see, he has a very big wide smile as featured in the Lego Batman movie. His alternate expression features a little bit of a nervous look because he forgot to invite Batman. Finally, in 2020, Lego finally released a new printed Superman. As you can see, this is supposed to be the Rebirth Superman. He has new torso and leg printing. Even his alternate expression featuring his heat vision is different. And here's his back printing. This is the classic Wonder Woman that was shown in the Dimension set as well as the Golden Age comics. Her alternate expression shows a little bit of anger. This is the Silver Age Wonder Woman. As you can see, she now features leg printing, dual molded legs, side arm printing, and a new color for the tiara. Her alternate expression features another angry look. This is the new 52 Wonder Woman. As you can see, she actually has pants that go all the way down this time. For her alternate expression, she features a pleasant smile. This is another new 52 Wonder Woman that was included in a DC Minifigures book. She only wore this outfit in the new 52 once though, so it was pretty cool to get a very obscure outfit for her. This is the Rebirth Wonder Woman, and it shows that she kind of reverted back to the skirt as opposed to the leggings that she had in the new 52. Her alternate expression shows a little bit of annoyance. This is Wonder Woman from the new Wonder Woman 84 movie. In the movie, they call her the Golden Eagle armor, but to me, this is the Alex Ross Kingdom Come Wonder Woman. With her helmet and wings removed, you can see more of her prints, as well as her angry alternate expression. This is Golden Age Aquaman. This was technically a Comic-Con exclusive, but none of the parts were exclusive, which was a pretty nice change of pace. His alternate expression shows him baring his teeth. This is Silver Age Aquaman that was introduced in the DC Superheroes CMF. As you can see, he has dual molded legs with side printing, and he has a hook for his left hand. His right arm features some nice metallic armor. Here's a better look at his armor without the hair. And here's his alternate expression. This is the modern age New 52 Aquaman. As you can see, he's exactly the same as the Comic-Con figure, except they changed the hairpiece. This is the Rebirth Aquaman. As you can see, his torso is now a little bit of a lighter orange, and his hairpiece is still the same one used in the Silver Age Aquaman. Here's a better look without his hair. He unfortunately uses the same headpiece as the CMF Aquaman. This is John Jones, or the Martian Manhunter. This is his classic appearance, and as you can see, he has a nice collar to go along with his cape. Unfortunately, he does not have an alternate expression though. Here's a look at his back. This is the new 52 version of the Martian Manhunter. This was the version where he joined the Justice League of America as a countermeasure to the actual Justice League. Here's his back printing. As you can see, this one also features no alternate expression. This is Barry Allen, or the Flash. This was his first version. It was included in a Gorilla Grodd attack set. Here's his expression underneath the mask. Here's the updated Barry Allen. As you can see, his outfit is the same, except it now has gold lightning streaks through it. Underneath the mask, he features a smile and a more determined look. This is the latest version of the Barry Allen Flash. As you can see, he's pretty much exactly the same, except this one features dual molded legs so you can show his boots. This is the Hal Jordan Green Lantern, which finishes off the original 7 Justice League members. His alternate expression shows a little bit of annoyance. This is the John Stewart Green Lantern. I really like how he features green eyes this time around. His alternate expression shows anger. This is Jessica Cruz. She was introduced in the New 52's Forever Evil storyline. I particularly like this figure and the character because of that cool lantern print over her eye. Her alternate expression shows some anger, and this time her eyes are green. Finally, we have Simon Baz, who is a co-Green Lantern in the Rebirth series Justice League. Next up, we have Oliver Queen, or Green Arrow. This is his modern age New 52 version. As you can see, he has the hood off and has short, bright yellow hair. His alternate expression shows some anger, and his back torso print shows a quiver with some arrows in it. This is Silver Age Green Arrow. As you can see, he has his beard and chops, and he also sports a quiver this time. He has no alternate expression. This minifigure was introduced in the Justice League Anniversary Party set. This is Carter Hall, or Hawkman, another one of the first few Justice League auxiliary members. As you can see, he has a nice thin plastic set of wings. Under the mask, he has a stern expression and an angry expression. This is Kendra Hall, or Hawkgirl. She was introduced in the Justice League Anniversary Party set alongside Superman. She features the same wings as Hawkman. Unlike Hawkman, she has a smiley face and a nervous face because of that awkward moment when Batman wasn't invited. Next up is Kara Zor-El, or Supergirl. She was Superman's cousin. She escaped Krypton at the same time as he, except she got stuck in a time loop, so she didn't make it to Earth until much, much later. Like Superman, her alternate expression features heat vision. And there's her back. This version of Supergirl was introduced in one of the Dimension starter sets. As you can see, all they changed is her hairpiece and the cape to the starchy paper style. This is Mr. Miracle. He's a circus performer, but also a character introduced from the world Apocalypse, which is where Darkseid is from. This figure was introduced in the DC Superheroes CMF. He has nice back torso printing as well as dual molded arms and legs, and hopefully he's going to get a big Barda to go alongside him in future sets. This is Dinah Lance, or Black Canary, the wife of Green Arrow. As you can see, she sports a wide open mouth, showing her using her canary cry, and she has some nice fishnet printing on the side of her legs as well. Her alternate expression just shows a plain face. This is Jason Rush, or Firestorm. He was the second Firestorm. He replaced the first Firestorm, who was a combination of Martin Stein and Ronnie Raymond. This is Rex Mason, or Metamorpho, or for some even, Element Man. As you can see, he has a really cool translucent clear leg and just different textures all over his character. That's because he can change what element his body becomes, and I really appreciate the fact that they really captured all that in this minifigure. This is Billy Batson, or Shazam. This is the Comic-Con version of him that was introduced many years ago. It's pretty plain, and honestly, it really doesn't hold up to the standards for today, but it was really cool to get a character that was pretty obscure at the time. His alternate expression features him yelling. Presumably he's saying Shazam, and there's his back torso. This is a New 52 Shazam. As you can see, this one features a hood, the new style of cape, and he has an angry expression that features lightning, presumably because he's already become Shazam. His alternate expression shows him smiling, and here's his back torso print. This is an updated Shazam that was introduced in a polybag alongside one of the Lego superhero movies. He's really not different from the last one other than the fact that instead of a hood, he has a hairpiece. This is Patrick the Eel O'Brien, or otherwise known as Plastic Man. He's a shapeshifter member of the Justice League. This minifigure was given away at GameStop as part of an exclusive pre-order bonus to one of the Lego superhero games. Unfortunately, he has no alternate expression. This is Katana, a known member of both the Justice League of America as well as the Suicide Squad. She famously carries a sword that carries the soul of her dead husband. Also, it absorbs the souls of future victims. Her alternate expression features some anger. This is Cyborg in his Justice League getup. This one's particularly detailed. This was included in a couple sets, including the Dimension set. He has a really nice dual molded headpiece that has both his hair and the helmet portion of his face. Underneath the helmet, he actually has a pretty usable face with an alternate expression. This was an updated Justice League Cyborg. As you can see, he features a blue dot instead of a red dot on his forehead now. But honestly, I thought this was kind of a downgrade after getting such an awesome first Cyborg figure. Like the last one, he has two good usable expressions. Finally, we're done with the Justice League and transitioning into the Teen Titans with Cyborg from the Teen Titans. As you can see, he has dual molded arms with side printing on both the arms and the legs, and a new head mold. This figure was included in the DC Superheroes CMF. Unfortunately, unlike past cyborgs, he only has one expression, and it's really not that usable outside of this character. Next up, we have Coriander, or Starfire. She was one of the founding Teen Titans members from the TV show. As you can see, she features really nice wrist printing, which I was pretty impressed that they got this back in the day. Here's a little more of her torso without the hair in the way. And here's her other frightened alternate expression. Next up, we have Garth, or Beast Boy, in his classic purple Doom Patrol outfit. He also has nice dual molded legs to feature his purple boots. He features a worried or confused alternate expression. Next up is Raven, the daughter of Trigon. This is the Teen Titans Go appearance of her, which is why her eyes are kind of cartoony. I don't typically like the cartoony versions of characters, but this one looked too good to pass up. Her back torso print is pretty plain, but she does have a nice alternate expression that shows her eyes going red in the form of Trigon. This is Bumblebee, another Teen Titans member. She was briefly shown on the Teen Titans TV show for a couple appearances here and there. She was a pretty nice addition to the CMF series, and she features some nice wrist printing. She features an angry alternate expression, and I took off her wings so you could see that pretty nice detailed back print as well. This is Superboy. This was a clone of Superman that was featured in both Young Justice and Teen Titans. This minifigure was included in a Target minifigure giveaway box. I believe they were $20 a box for like 4 minifigures, and honestly this was really the only one worth writing home about. He features a unique alternate expression from the usual Superman with the heat vision. This is the Jaime version of Blue Beetle. As you can see, he has the scarab on his back with the wings. He unfortunately has no alternate expression, but he has nice dual molded legs to make up for that. Next up, we have a really great character. This is Stargirl, a member of the Justice Society of America, or the JSA. She has nice dual molded legs with printing on the sides of her legs and arms. Her alternate expression features a toothy smile. And this is Jay Garrick, another JSA member that was included in the DC CMF. As you can see, he features the nice Hermes-style wings on the side of his boots, and he has that nice, very easily identifiable classic hat. This is Clark Kent, or Superman. As you can see, it's showing him transitioning from his civilian attire in his suit to his Superman outfit. He's a pretty plain minifigure, but that torso is pretty cool. He also only has one expression, which is kind of unfortunate. This is Jor-El, or Superman's father. As you can see, this is Marlon Brando's version from one of the original Superman movies. This particular minifigure featured in one of the Lego movies as well as a side character. This is Cosmic Boy, one of the Legion of Superheroes characters. He has the distinct belt with the L and the star, and otherwise he's pretty plain. I really want more Legion of Superheroes characters to be made, but LEGO's been pretty sparse on that. This figure was a giveaway for a movie. He features an alternate expression of confusion. As you can see, this is Lightning Lad, the second Legion of Superheroes characters ever made. On his arm he has the Legion tattoo, and otherwise, again, like the last one, he's pretty plain. The one thing I really like about this figure, though, is he has a really cool face print that shows him using his lightning powers. His alternate expression shows a pretty determined face. This is Crypto, the super dog. As you can see, he's a pretty plain figure, but it was really cool to finally get one of the superhero pets made. This, of course, is Wonder Dog. This figure was included in the Justice League Anniversary Party set. This is really just a normal dog with a cape put over its head. This is Zan of the Wonder Twins. As you can see, he features nice dual molded arms and legs and a nice collar piece. This is Jaina, the other Wonder Twin. As you can see, her torso print is a little bit different just because she's a female, but she's otherwise pretty much the same. Neither of these figures feature an alternate expression though. Another Super Friends character, this is the Black Vulcan. This was the Super Friends version of Black Lightning from the regular comics. As you can see, he has the Flash style headpiece and has nice dual molded legs. Under the mask, he has this one expression. This is Apache Chief of the Super Friends as well. As you can see, he has a pretty accurate likeness to the character with nice printed arms as well as side printed legs. Without his hairpiece, you can see more of his torso, but unfortunately he has no alternate expression. And this is El Dorado, the final member of the Super Friends that LEGO has made so far. We still have a few missing, but that's okay. This figure was included in the Justice League Anniversary Party set. His alternate expression features some surprise, and if you flip up, he has a nice back print as well. Moving on, we have the original Boy Wonder in his later years. This is the red version of Nightwing. As you can see, this is Dick Grayson all grown up. I particularly like this minifigure because not only does he have red on his outfit, but he also has red eyes as well. His alternate expression shows some determination. This is also Dick Grayson as Nightwing, except this time it has his original blue outfit. His alternate expression shows some teeth. This is Dick Grayson as Robin. This is the outfit that he was seen wearing when he's with the Teen Titans as well. He has a frightened alternate expression, and underneath his cape he has some back printing. This is Dick Grayson Robin as he was seen in the classic Batman TV series. Strangely enough, he has side leg printing to show some flesh-toned legs instead of dual molding, which I thought was kind of a weird choice. His alternate expression shows some fright on this one as well, and if you lift up his cape, some more back printing. This is Dick Grayson Robin from the New 52. As you can see, he has a much more aggressive outfit this time, and a black cape, which he was really only seen wearing in literally one single pane of the New 52 comics. His alternate expression also shows some more fright, and he has some more intricate back printing. This is Unmasked Dick Grayson from the classic TV series, played by Burt Ward. His alternate expression features a little bit of uncertainty. This is the LEGO Batman movie Dick Grayson, who features a very, very similar outfit, except his sweater this time features some robins on them. Underneath the glasses, he features a regular-looking face with a smile, but no alternate expression. This is Beach Robin from the LEGO Batman movie CMF. As you can see, he has a kind of Hawaiian shirt-looking outfit with robins printed on it and dual molded legs for a swimsuit. His expression underneath the glasses is kind of surprised with a wide open mouth, and again, no alternate expression. Now for one of my favorite DC characters of all time, this is Red Hood, or Jason Todd, who was the second Robin under Batman. Unfortunately, the Joker kills him and he's resurrected by the Lazarus Pit and becomes the Red Hood. This is Jason Todd in his Red Hood outfit. Really, the only thing that makes him more unique is the fact that his mask over his eyes is red. He has an happy alternate expression, and underneath the cape, some back printing. This is the Tim Drake Robin, the third Robin, who eventually becomes Red Robin. This was the only minifigure of Tim Drake ever made, and this was one of the old Batman sets too. His alternate expression is a reused one from one of the other Dick Grayson Robins, and he has some back printing. This is the latest version of the Damian Wayne Robin. This was the fourth Robin. He's easy to tell because he's a lot shorter and he has kind of the jagged yellow cape. He features an aggressive, angry alternate expression, and underneath the cape, you can see his back printing. This is an older version of that Robin. As you can see, he has that old school style, papery, starchy cape style. And here's a look at his back print and alternate expression. This is another version of that last Robin, except this time he features a different style cape and hair instead of the hood piece. This is the Barbara Gordon Batgirl. She was the first Batgirl, and this is actually the first Batgirl minifigure they ever made, and it was very comic accurate, had her hair molded into the cowl piece, and honestly, I think this is still the best Batgirl minifigure. Underneath her mask, she features just a regular face and an angry alternate expression on the other side. And if you turn her cape around, you can see her back print as well. This is the Barbara Gordon Batgirl that was featured in the Lego Batman movie. As you can see, it's a lot more detailed, but honestly, she kind of reminds me of Stephanie Brown from the comics. But she does have really nice dual molded legs with side printing on both the arms and legs, and a hairpiece that's connected to the head. This Batgirl's head is printed onto a purple headpiece, and she has a bit of a puzzled alternate expression. If you pull her cape around, you can see her back print as well. This is the pink Power Batgirl that was featured in the first Lego Batman movie minifigure series. And although she was a CMF minifigure, she does have an alternate expression, but no back printing. This is the Batfan Batgirl. As you can see, she has this kind of jumpsuit looking outfit with a very nice molded head piece. Just like the last Batgirl, even though she was a CMF minifigure, she does have some alternate expression, but no back printing. Next up is Beach Day Batgirl. As you can see, she's in a bit of a surfer outfit. She has a nice zipper print down the back side of her suit. Underneath her cowl, she has this one expression, but here's a better look at that back print. I particularly like that zipper. This is Commissioner Barbara Gordon. As you can see, she has the red sash to show that she is now the Commissioner of Gotham City. This is Huntress, another Batman family character. As you can see, she has side arm printing and dual molded legs. This character has a bit of a small part in Batman Hush, which is why I'm particularly familiar with her, but otherwise I don't know too much about this backstory, but I am very happy to get more of the obscure Batman characters in minifigure form. She has a bit of an angry yet determined alternate expression, and underneath the cape you can see her back print. This is Batwoman. As you can see, she has red hair molded into her cowl piece, which is unique just to her, and she has a nice red cape. Underneath the cowl, she has a bit of a weird white goggle print, which I think was kind of a weird way to do it. I wish they would have just dual molded the eyes. Here's her alternate expression, and here's her back print. This is Batmite. This figure was released as part of the DC Superheroes CMF line. He has a uniquely molded headpiece that has the classic kind of cocked off to the side earpiece. Underneath the mask, he has this kind of Batman logo kind of tattooed to his forehead, or maybe that's just part of his glasses. I'm not super sure. But on the other side, here's his back print. This is Aaron Cash, the head of Arkham Security. As you can see, he has a hook for his left hand from his last encounter with Killer Croc. His alternate expression shows some concern. This is the original Alfred minifigure from one of the really old Batman sets. He has a nice hair print that goes all the way around his head, which is pretty unusual for Lego minifigures these days. This is Alfred from the classic Batman TV series. His alternate face is just kind of expressionless. This is the Friends or Family Alfred from the end of the Lego Batman movie. He has this sparkly silver print all over, including these tuxedo trousers. This is Beach Day Alfred. As you can see, he's wearing an old-timey swimsuit that goes from head to basically his knees. And this figure was released as part of one of the Lego Batman movie minifigure series. This is Bruce Wayne from the classic TV series. He has a puzzled alternate expression. This is Bruce Wayne from the Lego Batman movie. I particularly like the expression on this character because he's got this kind of unique looking winky face. His alternate expression shows a determined smile. This is Ace the Bat Hound, the second of the superhero pets. This is Jim Gordon. This is kind of more of his classic comic appearance, but I do believe this is also similar to the one from Rebirth. He has a bit of a confused alternate expression, and I particularly like this expression because his mustache is kind of cocked off to the left side. This is Jim Gordon from the Lego Batman movie. He has really nice detailed side arm printing as well as dual molded arms. This is Vicky Vale from the classic Tim Burton Batman movie. Here's a look at her alternate expression. This is Mara from the Aquaman movie. She has this really nice light blue shiny print all over her body. I kind of wish we would get a comic book version of her though, hopefully with a crown as well. Unfortunately, her alternate expression is exactly the same as Vicky Vale. And finally, for the heroes, we have an Atlantean warrior from Aquaman. Underneath the helmet, he has this kind of plain expression, and then an angry one as well. This is the comic book version of Black Manta. This was released in a very, very old set, and the only other Black Manta minifigure that we have is the movie version of him. Continuing the Aquaman villains, this is one of my favorites. This is Ocean Master, Aquaman's brother. Under his helmet, he has a side with red goggles, as well as one with just a plain face. And here's his back printing. Oh. Next up, we have the Digger Harkness version of Captain Boomerang. This character features heavily as a member of the Suicide Squad. This is the Reverse Flash, sometimes also known as Professor Zoom. Basically, all his colors and flash symbol are just inverted. Underneath the mask, he features red eyes and a bit of a glare. And his alternate expression shows some angry teeth. This is the Trickster, another Flash villain, a member of the Rogues. He has side printing on his legs and dual molded arms. This minifigure was included with one of the Lego movies. Closing out the Flash villains, we have Captain Cold. He's the leader of the Rogues in the Flash Rogues Gallery. I really hope in the future we'll get more rogue characters, kind of like Weather Wizard and whatnot. I really think there are a lot of great characters for Lego to make. Here's a look at his alternate expression. Next up is the original cheetah. This is the Priscilla Rich version. As you can see, she has this cheetah print all over, including the arms, tail, and side legs. Here's a look at our angry alternate expression. This is the second cheetah, the comic book version of Barbara Minerva. This character will feature pretty heavily in the second Wonder Woman movie, Wonder Woman 84. Her alternate expression features a menacing smile. This is the live-action version of the Barbara Minerva cheetah. This is the one that's actually in the movie played by Kristen Wiig. Here's a look at her angry alternate expression. This is Maxwell Lord from the Wonder Woman 84 movie. As you can see, there's really nothing too special about this character. He was one of my favorite villains in the comics, but I really don't know to what extent they're going to use him in the movie. Here's his surprised alternate expression. This is just the plain Jane Lex Luthor. As you can see, it's just him with his bald head in his classic black suit. This is one of the latest versions of the Power Suit Lex Luthor. As you can see, he has the purple and green armor. This was in a Lex Luthor Takedown Mech set. This version of Lex Luthor was featured briefly in the New 52 when Lex Luthor joined the Justice League. As you can see, he has an armor with the Superman logo. This minifigure was included with the LEGO Supervillains video game. Like all other Lex Luthors, he has no alternate expression, but he does have some back printing. This is Brainiac from a very, very old DC set. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that LEGO hasn't made more Brainiac minifigures considering there's so many versions of him. I would love to get a Legion of Superheroes version of him. This is General Zod from the classic Christopher Reeves Superman movies. This minifigure was also included in the LEGO Batman movie as somewhat of a minor villain. His alternate expression shows him using heat vision, but it also shows some confusion as well. Next up is the Galactic Bounty Hunter Lobo, the main man. His alternate expression shows a little bit of aggression, and his back torso says the main man. Next up is Floyd Lawton, or Deadshot, the leader of the Suicide Squad. This is one of my all-time favorite villains, and I kind of appreciate how much love this minifigure got, especially with the wrist guns. This is Slade Wilson, or Deathstroke, another one of my favorite villains. I really hope to get more versions of this character in the future because there are so many different storylines with him that are just so iconic, particularly the Judas Contract. This is Killer Frost, who also features as a bit of a Flash villain, but I particularly like her as a member of the Suicide Squad. Her alternate expression features some anger. This is the OMAC android. This android was created by Brother Eye, kind of as a byproduct of Batman's Big Brother project. This is Gentleman Ghost, who featured in the Lego Batman movie. This character is also a member of the Legion of Supervillains, but honestly, I'm kind of surprised that they ever made him because even still, he was, in my opinion, a pretty minor character. I do like the fact that they made a translucent head for him. I just wish the rest of his body was too. This is the Comic-Con exclusive Bizarro. This is a reverse version of Superman from a Bizarro world, and in some renditions, he's a clone of Superman that was created by Lex Luthor. He features a confused alternate expression and some backprinting. This is a parademon from the Justice League movie. I hope in the future we get comic book versions of the parademons because I do particularly like them. I didn't think the Justice League movie was that great, but I am excited for the Zack Snyder cut. This is another type of parademon that featured in the Justice League sets. Next up, we have Old School Sinestro. This minifigure was released in the DC Superheroes Minifigures CMF series. His alternate expression shows an angry face with yellow eyes. This is the first Sinestro minifigure ever made. It shows him in his classic yellow Sinestro Corps or Yellow Lantern Corps outfit. As you can see, this one already has his yellow eyes. His alternate expression shows some aggression. This is the Joker, the first of the many Batman villains. This appearance of Joker reappears in so many sets, it's honestly hard to count. Here is a look at his wide grin and an alternate expression. This is that same Joker, except he only has this one face and no alternate expression. This version of the Joker was released as part of a LEGO Dimensions pack. This is one of the more recent versions of Joker in the Arkham Asylum jumpsuit. Here is his annoyed alternate expression. Here is the latest version of the Joker that was included in the latest Batmobile set. And here is his happy alternate expression. This is the Jack Nicholson version of the Joker that featured in the Tim Burton Batman movies alongside Michael Keaton. This is the classic TV series Joker, who is probably my favorite version of the Joker that LEGO has made. As you can see, he features kind of a comical, surprised look. His alternate expression features that classic grin, and you can also see that it features the whited out mustache that the actual actor had on set. Another great version of the Joker, this is the Joker that features in the Dark Knight Returns storyline. Probably one of the best DC stories ever written. This is a Arkham Asylum jumpsuit Joker that featured in the Lego Batman movie. As you can see, his face is a little bit more cartoony and comical compared to the regular Lego versions. His alternate expression features a goofy smile. This is the Vacation Joker that featured in the second Lego Batman movie minifigure series. His outfit is heavily inspired by the Killing Joke storyline. He does have an alternate expression, but honestly, it's so similar, it's really hard to tell. Basically, this alternate expression, his teeth are kind of apart a little bit more. This is the classic version of Harley Quinn as she might appear in the animated Batman series. Here is her menacing smile. Here is Nurse Harley Quinn from the Lego Batman movie. This is the Friends Are Family Harley Quinn that featured at the end of the Lego Batman movie. Her alternate expression shows her winking. This is the New 52 version of Harley Quinn that features as a member of the Suicide Squad. Here is a look at her angry alternate expression. Moving on, we have Selina Kyle, or Catwoman. This particular version of her is one of the originals that LEGO made. Under her mask, she shows a pair of goggles, and on the other side, she has a plain face. This is the classic TV series version of Catwoman. Like the first one, her alternate expression features a maskless face. This is the Lego Batman version of Catwoman. She has side arm printing and purple instead of the standard black. Under her mask, she has kind of a googly style green goggles and an angry alternate expression. This is the latest version of the Selena Kyle Catwoman from the comics. I believe this is supposed to represent her in Rebirth. Underneath, she has red goggles and an angry alternate expression. This is Oswald Cobblepot, or the Penguin. This is one of the older versions of him, and honestly, they reused this template over and over. This is the latest version of the Penguin. As you can see, his outfit makes him visibly fatter this time, but otherwise, he's pretty much the same. This is the classic TV series version of the Penguin. Again, not too much that makes this character too unique. I do know the torso changes, but honestly, I would say it's not significant enough to make him that much different. This is probably the most unique version of the Penguin that LEGO ever made. I like to think that this is the Danny DeVito version from the Batman Returns. But this was in the LEGO Batman movie. This is Mr. Freeze. This particular version was included in the set that included the first Aquaman. Underneath, he has some fancy torso printing, but no alternate expression. This is an updated Mr. Freeze that was included in one of the LEGO Junior sets. Like the first, he does also have torso printing underneath, but again, no alternate expression. This is Mr. Freeze from the classic Batman TV series. This was included as a polybag that would be given away if you bought the classic Batcave. This is the Mr. Freeze from the LEGO Batman movie, and he finally gets his crystal clear dome, which kind of reminds me of the version of Mr. Freeze that was seen in the Batman animated TV series. This is one of the older versions of Edward E. Nygma, or the Riddler. He features the bowler hat with the question mark print. This is the classic TV series Riddler. He's pretty plain all around, but it is a pretty faithful version of the character. This one features an angry alternate expression. This is the Riddler from the LEGO Batman movie. This time he has the question mark print all over, including the sides of his arms. His alternate expression shows a bit of a grumpy face. This is the new 52 version of the Riddler that, honestly, I like the least. I really didn't like the fact that they added chops on the side, but the minifigure is pretty accurate as far as depicting the comic character. Next up is Two-Face in his classic black and white outfit. This is an updated version of Two-Face with an orange and purple outfit this time. However, I'm not really sure which version of Two-Face this is supposed to represent because I really don't ever remember him in the comics with this color scheme. This is the Rebirth version of Two-Face. As you can see, this time basically it's just his head and his hairpiece that are two colors. He just wears a normal red suit this time. This is Jonathan Crane, or Scarecrow. This version appeared in the LEGO Batman movie. He features an alternate expression with an evil smile. This version of Scarecrow was included in the same set that had the gas mask Batman as well as Blue Beetle. Strangely enough, his alternate expression is just the back of his head. This is a comic book version of the Killer Moth that was included in that same set. Underneath the mask, he features a face with goggles, while the other expression shows no goggles and some fear. This is Killer Moth from the LEGO Batman movie. This was included in one of the CMF series. I honestly think this character was a bit of a waste because this character doesn't look particularly good and we already have a really good Killer Moth. This is Bane, another classic Batman villain. This one has the Venom tank on the back, as well as the Venom print on the back of his head. This figure was part of a LEGO Dimensions piece. This is Kite Man, one of the goofy one-off characters that was brought to life by the LEGO Batman movie. He features an angry alternate expression. This is Poison Ivy. This version of her uses the Jean Grey headpiece with leaves printed on it, which I think makes this figure very desirable. Here's a look at her alternate expression and a better look at her back. This is Polka Dot Man, another one of those goofy classic Batman villains. He has that polka dot print all over, including his helmet, side arms, and side legs. He features a frantic alternate expression. This is Mime. This minifigure was released as part of the first LEGO Batman movie CMF series. It was a pretty obscure character that honestly, I think only appears in one comic, and a very, very old one too. But it was pretty cool to get her. This is Clock King, another very old character that really hasn't been popular in modern age comics, but this version was also seen in the Lego Batman movie. This is the Mutant Leader, one of the main villains in the Dark Knight Returns movies and comics. This is Dr. Phosphorus, a minifigure released in one of the Lego Batman movie sets. I really do wish they would have used a translucent yellow instead of just an opaque character like this, but this works too. This is Crazy Quilt, another one of those obscure, goofy characters that appeared in the classic Batman comics. He features a hilarious, frightened alternate expression. This is a Talon, featured heavily in Scott Snyder's very famous Night of the Owls and Court of the Owls storyline. This is another version of the Talon that was in the same set. This is Magpie from the Lego Batman movie. This character is quite famous for her penchant for explosions and shiny things like diamonds. Here's a look at her alternate expression and the prints underneath the armor. This is a Kabuki twin. These guys were the henchmen of the Penguin in the Batman animated series. This is Tarantula, a bit of an anti-hero that operated in Bloodhaven. Sometimes she even worked alongside Nightwing. She features an aggressive alternate expression. This is Catman, the leader of the Secret Six. He looks a lot like Batman because originally he was kind of a hybrid character with a mix of Batman and Wolverine in mind. Underneath his mask, he features a Batman-style head, but no alternate expression. This is Orca, a character that had a small appearance in the Lego Batman movie. I really don't know too much about her as far as the comics go, though. I do know she was a love interest of some of the other notable characters like Killer Croc. This is Firefly, as he features in the Batman animated series. Underneath the helmet, he just has another Lex Luthor head, which is kind of a disappointment. This is Calendar Man, another classic goofy villain. This character got a lot more popular as the Arkham games got more popular. This is Ra's al Ghul, the leader of the League of Assassins. As you can see, he features his green eyes to show him after the Lazarus Pit. His alternate expression shows an old man before he steps into the Lazarus Pit. This is Talia al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul's daughter. Her alternate expression shows some anger. This is March Harriet, who was featured in the Lego Batman movie. I was kind of surprised that they made this character because honestly, this character's history is honestly a bit adult and kind of dark, but it was cool to get an obscure character. This is Zodiac Man, another character that featured in the Lego Batman movie. As you can see, he has the zodiac symbols all over his body, including the sides of his arms and legs. This is the Calculator as he appears in the Lego Batman movie. One of the really cool things they did with this figure was they gave him his classic comic book appearance underneath the armor. This is Egghead, a classic TV villain. This character was brought to life because of the Lego Batman movie though, which I thought was really cool. This is the Eraser, a famous classic Batman villain known for, well, erasing things. This version of him was seen in the Lego Batman movie. This is Condiment King as he appears in the Lego Batman movie, another classic goofy character. That face you just saw has what looks like maybe some Cheetos, kind of just crunched around his face. His alternate expression is more battle-ready though, with an angry face. This is Hugo Strange, a famous psychiatrist that worked in Arkham Asylum. This is Zebra Man. This version of him was seen in the Lego Batman movie. This is Kirk Langstrom, the Man-Bat. His alternate expression shows some fright. This is King Tut, a classic Batman TV series character, but this version of the character featured in the Lego Batman movie. This is Red Hood from the Lego Batman movie. This one also has an Easter egg. As you all know, the Red Hood featured in The Killing Joke as the origin of the Joker. However, underneath the mask of this figure, you see Red Hood as in Jason Todd. Finally, we're at the big figs. This is Bane as he appears in the Lego Batman movie. As you can see, he has his classic Venom tank on the back, and it feeds into both his arms. This is Killer Croc. This is the classic comic book version. I believe it's also supposed to represent him in the Suicide Squad. This is the famous Flash villain, Gorilla Grodd. And finally, to finish off this minifigure series, we have the last big fig, Darkseid, who should feature pretty heavily in the Zack Snyder cut of the Justice League. So that's it for the 2020 version of my DC minifigure collection video. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button, comment below to let me know what you think, and subscribe to this channel for more content just like this. Thanks guys, bye!